a country in North Africa, rich in history and ancient culture, and the most populated country in the Middle East. I'm Robert the Explorer. Now we're going to introduce you to Egypt! Hey everyone, this is Robert the Explorer. Today we're gonna talk about ancient Egypt. Modern day Egypt is a country that you can find in North Africa. People have been living in there for a long period of time. Now, the important thing to remember is, way back in the olden days, people don't have much food. No rep, no microwave, and no supermarket. So, they have to spend their time finding food. Remember, pag may tiyaga, may nilaga. You see that saging? I will get that saging. But wait, everything have changed when people learn how to farm. Since then, they can grow more food than they needed. Egyptian farmers love mud. It has all the water and goodness that plants need to grow well. The most important in farmers' years was when the Nile flooded and dumped rich black mud on the dry fields. A good flood meant a good harvest, and a bad one meant people went hungry. In Egypt, the best place to do this was on either side of the river called Nile. Because it flooded in the same way every single year. Oh! That meant people could plan when was the best time to plant their crops. Nile is the longest river in the world. Hazumanya mamingala, 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 mamingala. Hazumanya mamingala, 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 mamingala. Hi Mike, this is my friend Mamingala. He will help us to get more information about Egypt. Let's go.
Hi! Ako nga po pala si Maming Gala. Pwede pong magtanong? Paano pong malalaman pagbabaha na? Tsaka gano'n pong kalalim yung baha? Ano po yung ganap nito sa pagtatanim nila?
May calendar na sila that time. Priests matched moons and stars to work out the calendar of the months. This told them when the floods would come and when to plant crops. Tapos, nalalaman nila yung lalim ng baha because that time, they used notched stones as rulers to measure the rising water, and the stones were called nilometers.
And the rest of their time, they have to take their breaks. Egyptians believed in life after death, where they had to take everything their own. Food, finest clothing, jewelry, and even their slave and their pets. Kahit buhay ka pa. Oh baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover, and I know you...
Uy, may nasabihin ka pa!
Uy, sandali lang. Fun fact, toilets were found in many ancient Egyptian tombs. When Egyptians made bread, they sometimes jumped into a huge bowl on the floor and kneaded the dough with their feet. Let's hope they washed them first. Uy!
Sir. Sir, ano pong pangalan niyo?
Ako, si Tutankhamen, at ako ay isang paraon.
Ano po ba yung paraon, sir?
Ang paraon ay banal at ang pinakamakapangyarihan sa lahat. At ako ay kinikilala bilang Diyos.
babae po bang paraon?
Oo, at ang ngalan niya ay Hatshepsut.
Ako si Hatshepsut, ang babaeng paraon ng Ehipto.
Okay. Sige po. Pwede po kayo matulog.
When the pharaoh dies, everyone must go with the king to prepare for the second life. Then, they mummify it. Because they believe that the dead will travel to another world where they needed the body. The ancient Egyptians believed that the heart was the most important part of the body. They thought that the brain was useless, so when they were preparing a mummy, they took out the brain by pulling it down through the nose. During their breaks, people learned how to write. Ancient Egyptians did this with picture called hieroglyphics.
Teka. Ano kaya to? Sir, may tanong ako. Last na to, sir.
Kanina ka pa!
Uy! Isa na, sir. Sir, ano nga tawag sa... Ano ba to? Ano ba tawag dito?
Ang tawag dyan ay hieroglyphics. Yan ang sinaunang pamamaraan ng pagsusulat.
Sir, teka lang. Sir, ba't ganito ba to? Ba't ang kapal? Anong uring papel bagay namin dito, sir?
Ang papel na yan ay yari sa sanga ng halamang papyrus na matatagpuan lamang sa gilid ng ilog Nile. At iyan ay higit na mas makapal kaysa sa pangkasalukuyang papel na ginagamit ninyo.
Sir, okay na. Pwede ka na matulog, sir. Salamat, ah. Sige, sir. Tulog ka na.
I'll teach you the 5 steps on making paper using the papyrus reeds. Let's go! Step 1. Paper makers cut and peel the reeds. Step 2. They cut the reed stem into thin slices and then lay them into rows, one on the top of the other. Step 3. They hammer them until sticky plant juice glue them together. Step 4. Next, they use a smooth stone or special tool to rub the surface of the papyrus paper smooth. Step 5. Finally, all the pieces of papyrus paper were glued into a long strip and rolled into scroll. Pyramids look like this, but it would be hard to make one even today with all our technologies and machines. But when they were first built, they looked like this. An outer layer of limestone reflected the sun and made them shine. In the year 1303 AD, an earthquake made them fall off, and then people stole it. People in ancient Egypt slept on pillow made out of stone. I hope they don't get nightmares. Part of the reason why we're so much fascinated in ancient Egypt is that so much of it are still with us today. The pyramid and the sphinx are still there. You can visit them. You can also see real mummies at the museum. That's all for today. I hope you learn a lot. Thanks for coming with me. This is Robert the Explorer. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful episode here in Egypt!